Hello again, everybody. It is another edition of the Winner Circle Sports Betting Podcast, powered by GamblersWorld.net. It is Monday. Well, I always said July, but it is August the 12th. We're in mid-August already. Welcome on in. Be sure to hit the like button here. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're all on Twitter. Come say hello. Now, we got 3 baseball winners today. We're going to build on last week. We did have a 4-5 week last week, not counting Friday because there was more of a football show with Chip and newly minted GamblersWorld.net capper Victor King. But 4-5 week, we got 3 winners today. To start off our week, we'll talk some, a couple things got going forward here. We got we got the 349 remainder of Major League Baseball up right now on GamblersWorld.net for the premium stuff, where you can find me, Chip and Doug, and a dozen other, 10 handicap. It'll be 13 total for our premium stuff. NFL, college football, and all baseball's posted there. Everybody's going to talk to say how everybody's been doing. But before we get into that, or not really before, because we'll just roll into it. What did you think of a 12-4, I believe, NFL preseason underrun this past week, where we saw in the Hall of Fame game, a game that's normally like a 16-3 kind of snooze fest. Then you see the offense and you're thinking, wow, are these coaches really going to come out and fire the ball around the field with guys, even their backups? And lo and behold, a 12-4 to the under. And I think a lot of the games that moved like 1 or 2 points all lost. Like if you came late to the steam, you sunk. Your steamship sunk on Mississippi like it was a tugboat Willie. You're going down. I don't know. How'd the weekend go here, fellas? We'll start with you, Doug. Good to see you. Happy Monday to you. Your Cubbies on a little run. Look at this. They're 3 games back. We'll be talking about them later, but you got to be happy.
Well, the Cubs. I'm not exactly ecstatic about the Cubs. I'll get into more about that, but that's good. But in terms of everything else, by and large, to answer your question, about the NFL, it seems like every year, just things are a little bit different. And I know we've talked about some of the coaches stuff, and one of the things, and I got clipped by it yesterday, but and the game did go under Dallas and the Rams.
Rams, yeah.
And I actually took Dallas, and I got it at a pretty, what I thought was a good number at -3.5 there. And I mean, they had the game covered until the last 4 seconds. Okay. And but the thing is that all the reports, okay, and when I say all, I read 3 different ones talking about where the Rams were going to play 2 quarterbacks. They're going to play Bennett, okay, and they were going to play Wynn, okay, and that was part of my thinking, okay, was Wynn, okay, was going to play some, so I thought, that's I should be in good shape there. Well, Bennett plays the whole game. Wynn never gets in. So the information that used to be what I would say more reliable is less reliable today. Now, that's just one game, and that's not the only one, because I had several different friends text me different stuff of things that they thought were going to go on that they had read as well. So I think it's just shakier, and I think it just has to do with the coaches being just less, they're more evasive than what they used to be in terms of that. So that's my take on it. Chip will have his, I know, in a minute. So I was 1-2 in the NFL preseason. Okay, we still got 2 weeks to go, so it doesn't mean we can't have a winning record, and I certainly expect to, because now there's at least a little bit more to play for going in the next couple of weeks for everybody. Probably at least one game. 6-1 run, okay, in baseball, hitting 65% the last 2 weeks. So very happy about that. I know both of you guys have done better for some time than that, but been trying to turn it around and finally did. Okay, so let's just see if we can keep it rolling here.
Well, you come back to the site here and you run out a 6-1 run, which is pretty darn good. Although me and Chip, I think, are like 1-2 for the last 30 days. But that's also because you've been on the site a lot longer than you, new guy to the site. Hey, you mentioned the like the coaches the papers used to be good. Like it's kind of say, okay, this is how they play out. Yeah, it's depending on the numbers you got with my picks, it might have went like 2-1 or 1-1 or maybe 1-2. The lines move crazy. We saw even this morning. I mentioned that the lines moving last week from yesterday till today. A lot of these totals, a lot of these games, all moving points, 2 points on the totals. It looks like the books are saying we're going to get kind of full, or at least half or more than half dress rehearsals here this week, and week 2 of the NFL preseason. Now, Chipper, what are your thoughts on this week coming up? You think we'll see a little more scoring action? The totals, a lot of them all jumped up a couple points already.
Well, you guys can do great with the totals, and I can do great with the sides. I had a wonderful bet with Jacksonville. My Megabucks swept the weekend in baseball and in the NFL. Detroit, we had against Detroit with the Giants as our best bet winner on Thursday. So I'm really happy with the opening week of the NFL. And I know the totals are a big fascination of what's going on out there. But I feel, I went 4-1 with the sides, and I'm just going to keep going that way.
Hey, listen, whatever butters the bread, as they say, right? Some people like first halves, or you don't know what's gonna happen second half. I'll just do this or totals. It's there. If you're running good, I say stick with it. But we got the baseball for 3 games today. We're looking at Chipper's gonna be doing Houston and Tampa. We got Cubbies and Cleveland for Doug, and I got the Dodgers and Brew Crew coming up. So again, I picked the games, folks. It's on me. Good, bad, or indifferent. I try to find good teams playing. We'd like to have a marquee kind of name, but sometimes I see some of these lines today. Hello? We got the Yanks laying 330. Sorry, folks. We're not going to do a free pick when the Yanks will be laying 3-1 on the road. It's not going to come in. I know the Yankees get eyes. Not happening. You know what? Bet against the Yankees all week. Well, if they're going to lay 3-1, they're not going to be on the show. We're going to tell you to take the dogs in that spot anyway. Minus 195 at DraftKings. You see this for the run line today, guys?
Yeah.
195 run line. Unbelievable. And then real quick on the totals, not that Chipper loves them. Yesterday, 10-2 baseball totals, 10-2-1 or something like that to the over. Oh, jeez. Man, I'm glad I've been slowly getting out of baseball a little bit, like going from a lot of games down. Although I got a 5-pack up today, but I've been trying to get away because football's coming. You see stuff like that, overs go like that. It'll be a bloodbath for me. I got to stay away from them. But we'll start up here with who we got on deck first. We'll go Doug's game here because I want to hear his take on the Cubbies versus Cleveland, because I got the Cubbies win total over, and they're putting on a little run here, an 8-2 run here with them. So pretty good. Maybe are they going to go on? They're 3 back in the wild card. Yep. So Amana, we've talked about him in the past. Maybe should be a rookie of the year. Everybody loves Skeens. I don't know if he's going to make it out of August, that guy. His velocity's down. We don't like Skeens. Give me Amana. But 125 here on the road. Told you all really got to know here because Lively's been pretty good. Guardians have been pretty good. But of late, not so much. 125, a total of 8 here. What are your thoughts on here? I know what I like here, but what do you like? You're the official play today here.
All right. Well, see, as you mentioned, the Cubs playing well, 4 in a row and 8 out of 10. But they're still below 500. Okay, they're 1 game below 500. Yep. They are within 4 games though in the loss column now for the last wild card spot with Atlanta. And then we got a rematch of sorts. Okay, I got the picture behind me here, that Cubs Cleveland World Series 2016. And so Guardians have lost 7 of their last 10. I can't say, I don't know. I think we're all in agreement. That's not a complete surprise. And among the reasons as to why is that they're starting pitching. If you look at their run prevention on starting pitching, they have fallen to 21st in baseball. Okay. I mean, and if you don't have your bullpen can be great, but if your bullpen is having to pitch a ton of innings, their ERA is going to go up too. And I think we're seeing some of that. Now, to their credit, over the weekend, okay, they lost the first 2 games at Minnesota. They came back and won the next 2. So I think, that has to really kind of bolster their enthusiasm, okay, kind of get them back a little bit here. Now they're back at home where they are 35-20, second best record in Major League Baseball. Cubs are 22-33 on the road. They just swept the White Sox on the road. That's about as surprising as J-Lo and Ben Affleck breaking up, okay? So I don't think that's really a big deal here. Cleveland starter Ben Lively, his ERA is a run better at home. And Cleveland is 25-10 against left-handed starters like Shota. And by the way, who's also known as, I happened to look this up today in Wikipedia, the throwing philosopher. Okay, so little extra there for you on that one. Give me the Guardians, okay, on the money line over the Cubs. I think they're the better team, and I like the pitching matchup actually better, okay, in their favor playing at Cleveland.
Doug, official. Ben Lively and the Cleveland Guardians plus a 110 spot here versus Amana. Chip, what do you think here? What are your thoughts?
I like the pitching matchup. Imada's been pretty good this entire year, 9-2, an ERA of 3.06. Ben Lively was pitcher of the month in American League in July, and he's had 2 starts against the Cubs, and he's gotten annihilated. 19 runs, 18 innings, 8 home runs he's given up, 0-2 with an ERA of 19. Yet, I think this game goes under the total. Cleveland's been having a lot of trouble scoring runs in my mind. I don't like the fact that they're an underdog at home against a team that's under 500. But I'll play the game under the total.
Yeah, I tend to kind of agree with the under here. The fact that the Cubs are favored on the road and not playing well, and Cleveland has as good as they've been. What is their home record? They're 35 20s.
Yeah.
And they're getting plus money today. I mean, mine has been fabulous on the road. I don't know. This is a tough one. I'm glad you had this one and not me. I sort of like that. I was like, oh, it's a good matchup. But then it comes down to what are we gonna do here? I'm glad you're here with the Cleveland plus 110 because I'm kind of torn on this one a little bit. I like the under. I saw I'm biased. You know how it is. If you like a team for a future, you're kind of a little biased towards them, no matter how bad it looks. Thinking, oh, are they going to go on a run? And now they're on a little run of winning. So you're kind of like they're giving you false hope, and you think, yeah, I'm going to jump in and double up on my season loss that I'm going to have from these clowns. But official play.
Look at the bright side. With the Cubs, and this is any Cub fan will tell you, you're in a perfect position to lose twice because you already gave up once. Okay, now you have hope again, and then they can let you down again. So,
see, I thought this team was good, which is why I put a win total on because I thought I didn't know what I was going to get out of this cat, but I like Assad, I like Steele. Yep. I thought Talion's decent, as a middle of the rotation kind of guy. But that's why they play the games, as they say.
Martin and Bellinger, there you go. There's your answer, or that's a big part of your answer right there.
Yeah, Belly. I always have a MVP ticket on him. I might as well just throw the money down the sewer, right into the garbage disposal. Official play on the Guardians plus 110 from Doug. Next game up is going to be the Astros and Tampa. But listen, hit the like button. You're here. So hit the like button. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Let's get the numbers up here with football season right around the corner. We got Football Fridays with Victor King, and I believe Mark Lawrence from Playbook will be on Friday with me. So Chipper busted in the first one. Now I'll be going on this Friday, so some football talk, but we'll be talking football basically all week a little bit. I know it's never too early for football, I think, at least, when you miss it for 4 months. But we have the Astros and the Rays, not the Bucks and the Texans. Astros, Valdez, who I love, versus Taj Bradley, the youngster from Tampa. Valdez is a guy every year, 13-8, 197 innings, like 195 Ks. He's just going to give you solidness throughout the land. 125, small fave. As I mentioned with the Astros before, they're a team that is a top hitting team, is an under machine, 66-47 because hey, it's 2 outs. Let's rope together 2 singles in a row, get first and third, and then a pop out, so we get no runs. Bradley's been really good at home, Chip. I know this. I like this kid. I thought him, Shane Baz. I thought this is a nice little rotation. It's going forward, but this year, not a good year for Tampa. Maybe next year. But what do you think about today's matchup? Last week, these guys played. All 3 of them went under. Low scoring game, which makes sense for the Astros. But this is your puppy here. Valdez minus a 125 and a total of 7.5.
Well, I like the pitching matchup, and now I'm going to be involved in playing the totals. Valdez, if he's not pitching a no-hitter, he's still he's won his last 6 decisions, and Houston's won his last 8 starts. Houston's won their last 5. I misspoke before. It was Tag Bradley who was actually American League Pitcher of the Month. He had a great run where he only gave up no runs in 20 innings and 8 hits, but his last 2 starts haven't been all that good. I think this game stays under the total with these 2 pitchers. Valdez and Bradley, they're both ERA 3.0 and 3.46. I'll play the under.
All right. I'll jump into that in a second with you. But Doug, what do you think about this game?
I'm going to go a little different direction. I'm going to stick with the under, but on another area here. I looked up the
first five.
Nerfy numbers. Okay.
Nerfy. Here we go. All right.
No runs first inning for those that unfamiliar. So got two excellent pitchers, and then looked up the records. Framber 17-3, allowing no runs in the first inning. And Taj at 13-3. Okay, first inning, giving up no runs. The number is -140, which is down from 145. So, hey, give me that one. Give me no runs to score in this game in the first inning with these two teams.
I repeat myself often, which is fine because I kind of stick to what I know. A 166 batting average against at home for Taj Bradley, a .91 whip at home. The guy is good at home. Valdez is solid wherever it is. You know what to expect out of him. Last week, 1-0, 3-2, and 6-1, all under. 7 of the last 10 in the series between these two, all under. So I'll under it up as well. I'm agreeing for the full game under. The Nerfy, I'm always a Nerfy fan. I say this all the time. I don't care how crappy your fifth starter is or your sixth starter you're bringing for a spot start. They're supposed to be the best pitchers on your team. If you can't get 3 outs, I'm just disappointed in you. I'm disappointed, and then you got a problem because you don't want me mad at your people. So. Don't let me get mad at you, so hit the like button. All right, so I got Kershaw and the Brewers here. So Kershaw's start number 3 or 4, he's back. And there he dog. What's going on here? Peralta and the Brewers favorite home over the mighty Dodgers, the team that people thought were going to win 115 games this year, a record-breaking squad with three MVPs at the top of the lineup. Oh, my goodness. Yeah. I mean, I think they're going to lose out. I really think San Diego is going to overtake them. Probably, maybe even Arizona if they keep playing the way they do. I do not think the Dodgers are winning the West. They got problems, and Kershaw is part of the problem here. He's just old. He's just not the same pitcher. He's going to go 4 innings. He's going to give up 3 runs. The lineup is not a good hitting lineup. I look at this line. It just tells you, why wouldn't you take – everybody's going to run to take the Dodgers because they're a public kind of thing. How about an over here? How about give me the over 8? Peralta, he had 2 years ago, he had like 2 nice years in a row, or solid years, a really good year, then a decent year. But he's not a number 1 starter. I mean, Woodruff has been gone all year. Or is he back for a start? I don't even know. He's not – he's a non-factor. Burns is gone. He was good in the middle. This team somehow – they're 17 games over 500. How the heck does that happen? This pitching staff is like bubble gum, duct tape, and there's like dirt in there that makes it kind of stick together. I have no idea how this lineup hits, but I'll tell you what, give me the over here. Again, Peralta at home, nothing special. He's not a huge strikeout guy. The Dodgers, I'm not a fan of the bullpen. They got enough bats. Milwaukee somehow scores runs. I mean, they're plus 106 in run differential. How the heck does that happen with this lineup? Give me the over 8. Chipper, what do you think?
Yeah.
You a Dodger guy? Yeah, over. All right.
I think the same. I'm thinking along the same lines as you are. Kershaw's 3rd start. He hasn't been all that effective yet. He hasn't found his groove. And Pieltra, by the way, Kershaw's 5-1 in Miller Park with an ERA of 1.5 throughout his entire career, which sort of like is – going just the opposite of what I think is going to happen here. But Freddie Peralta's been giving up runs in bunches, and I think the game is supposed to go over the total with these 2 guys on the mound.
Chip, Doug, rather. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Kershaw's best days are behind him. The injuries, age, all those things have led up to it. But I still think, the guy gives it everything he has. Okay, every time he goes out. And he has a lot of success against the Brewers in general, and as Chip mentioned, in Milwaukee in particular. You got Freddie Peralta. Guy's inconsistent as he's been all year, and this is an interesting one. You talk about playing Nerfies. Well, not necessarily with Peralta. Okay, he's got an ERA in the first inning of 6.65, and he's been taken deep 6 different times. Okay, so he's not a great candidate for a Nerfie in this case. Brewers, it's interesting to me. They opened at -120. Last I looked, the game was basically a pick, despite the fact that 80% of the money was on the Brewers. So for me, I'm going to take a stab here with the Dodgers. They've won 6 of their last 8. They look pretty good. So, hey, I'll take at even money. I'll take them.
Yeah, listen, when I wrote down last night, I saw like a 115, so now it's come down a little bit. I understand the thinking. Like, why not take a team where everybody's betting the other side, but yet the line is coming down, the old reverse movement. I just can't trust Kershaw. I mean, 4 innings, 6 hits, 3 2/3 innings, 5 hits. He's not the same guy. It's great. Great numbers there, but this isn't 2014 where he's going to go in here, for 2 games to throw 8 innings. Totally different pitcher than what he was. And again, with the bullpen, am I trusting the Dodger bullpen? Do I love it? Not particularly. Official over 8 for me in this game. Now, before we wrap it up and put a bow on the show, let's go to some of the hype side of our site here. So you can get the rest of the baseball season for $3.49 at gamblersworld.net. I'm having a good run. I think I'm number 2 behind Chip last 30 days of baseball, number 3 behind Chip, I believe Kyle last 30 days for myself. Baseball, NFL preseason, college football, all loaded up. You don't want to miss out on that for me. Doug, you mentioned earlier, but this is it's a little shorter show today. So sell yourself there. I know you're on a 6-1 run, but
yep. I'm not going to repeat that. I'm just going to say, hey, tonight I got my American League Monday Masher going tonight, and that's available. So check that out at my page. And I don't want to forget, because we got to get it's August the 12th. So Chip has to have some information for us on August the 12th.
I'm sure he does. Except he's got no sound.
Oh,
he's soundless.
Wow. Hey, Chip. Is he looking?
No sound. Put your earbud in.
Microphone. I do. I have a few.
Oh, okay.
All right. There you are. We didn't.
Now you're on.
What can I tell you?
Start over again. We didn't hear any of it.
I'm going, guys.
Okay.
I'm gonna sub it in and be like, today in 1937, Nap Lajoie, 3 for 3 with 3 triples, 4 stolen base, stole home 3 times. First player to do that. All right. A little technical difficulties with the chipper. It happens sometimes. Cox Internet, and I can say this for a fact because I was just in Vegas. Ridiculous. I get off the plane. I turn my phone on. I'm waiting for a message. I'm trying to get things. I don't know what goes on in Las Vegas. I get it's Vegas. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Or what happens is terrible cell service sometimes. Chip official play is under the Tampa Bay. 8 runs there, maybe 7.5. Shop around. Cleveland plus 110 for Doug. I am over 8 in Milwaukee. We'll be back tomorrow. Me and Doug. Oh, me. Like I'm staring at Doug, so I'm like me and Doug. And I'll be me and Chip tomorrow with some Major League Baseball. Hit the like button. Twitter, subscribe. We tweeted out early. If you're not following on Twitter, we got a nice little contest coming up for you to be involved in. Let's go. It's contest time. It is football time. What are you waiting for? Get on board, folks. For Doug, the technical master himself, Chip Chirimbes, and me, and gamblersworld.net and Winner Circle Podcast, we will see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.